Welcome to Chapter 3 of Direction and Purpose. This chapter is called Find Your Purpose. Now, this chapter is about becoming the kind of person you want to be. That's different to what you will do with your life, which is your direction in life. Rather, this is about what meaning you want your life to have. What kind of person do you want to be remembered as? Your answer to that will be based on such things as your character, the values that define you, and the things about you which give deeper meaning to your life. So, the aim of today's chapter is to help you get clear on who you want to be, and what kind of person you want to be, and then to create an action plan to make that happen, and then to take action and make it happen. So let's get started. So I live in central Victoria on the edge of a town called Maryborough. I call it Town of Joy. Maybe that's just me. So this means that I'm local to the events of a memoir which has deeply affected me since my early 20s. This is Raymond Gaita's book, Romulus, My Father. I highly recommend this beautiful book, which was also made into a film, and I often loan copies of it to my clients, and all my friends have read it because of me. I loan it because of a number of reasons, and one of these is the sense of life that Romulus embodied and which Ray communicates. So Ray's writing about his father Romulus, and there's a deep kind of meanings. There's deep meaning or meanings that Romulus embodies that Ray really portrays when he writes the book. The blurb on the back of the book says, Romulus Gaita fled Yugoslavia aged 13 and came to Australia with his wife and their son soon after World War II. Tragic events were to overtake the boy's life, but Raymond Gaita has an extraordinary and moving tale to tell of growing up with his father in country Victoria. Romulus, My Father is the much-loved story of how a compassionate, honest man taught his son the meaning of living a decent life. Unquote. So that last sentence really captures the beauty of the book. Halfway through the story, Ray writes, quote, the philosopher Plato said that those who love and seek wisdom are clinging in recollection to things they once saw. On many occasions in my life I have had the need to say, and thankfully I have been able to say, I know what a good workman is. I know what an honest man is. I know what friendship is. I know these because I remember these things in the person of my father. Unquote. You might like to read the book as inspiration for reflecting on the meaning of your own life. I refer to it here because of the value that models, which is to say people who embody the values we love, can have in our lives. In fact, as an aside, reading biographies is wonderful in this sense. Reading the biographies of people who can serve as heroes or exemplars for you, that's an old-fashioned practice and it's as relevant as ever. You'll see why as we go along. Okay, so I'd like you to find a quiet place, open up your journal, and reflect and write about these questions. So hit pause if you need to get your journal and your pen, and then reflect and write about these questions. Okay, think about that passage from Romulus, My Father. I'll read the last sentence of it again. On many occasions in my life I have had the need to say and have thankfully been able to say, I know what a good workman is. I know what an honest man is. I know what friendship is. I know because I remember these things in the person of my father. So, think about who has been this for you in your life, and write answers to that. Pause between each question if you want, or listen to the questions and then come back and pause between them. Who has been this for you? In what ways were they that for you? What were the values that they embodied? How did those values influence you? How has all of that helped you in hard times? And how has it helped you in good times to make life good? Okay, answer those questions, go back if you need to. There may be various people who have been an important model for you, more than one, so each of them might, and actually each of them might have embodied different qualities to one another. So feel free to write and reflect on more than one person. Maybe their parents and your mother had one set of qualities that really have shaped you well, and your father had a different set of qualities. Maybe different people in your life could have this. Sit with this exercise for as long as it takes before moving on to the next one. And now we're going to do another meditative reflection. So again, go to a quiet place and make yourself comfortable. Hit pause if you need to and do a bit of a relaxation meditation. Last time it was counting breaths and slowing your breath down. That can be helpful. So find a comfortable place. Just get yourself into a relaxed meditative state because we're going to reflect a bit on some stuff. Okay, you ready? For a moment, reflect on the mystery of time. Notice that what happened 20 seconds ago is now in the past. And that sentence I just read out is now in the past. And that this word is now in the past. Time is spinning by. Can you feel that in your body? Time passing like a stream. So last time we stepped into the future, to your deathbed. Today we're going to step into the future again to your deathbed, but we're going to keep going. So that night of mortal agony passes, and now you are dead. Let's keep going. Days pass. Your funeral happens a week later. A year is past. And now 10 years have gone by since you have died. The world is a decade along in fashion, politics, life, technology, and you're a mere photo on a shelf. Imagine that you have great-grandchildren. Imagine that they are asking about you 10 years after you have died. They're asking about what kind of person you were. And somebody is answering their questions. And somehow you can hear every word. They are talking about who you were from 2019 onwards because for some reason you became a different person from that time on. And they're describing the kind of person you became. It's good to hear the things they're saying. Imagine the details. What is it about you that they are admiring? Fill this in. Hit pause if you need to and reflect on what they're saying. And that you're enjoying what they're saying. What are these good things about you that they are admiring and saying? What is it that gave your life its purpose and meaning, according to their description? It could be your humour, it could be your passions, your kindness, a project you undertook to change something for the better. It could be a moral quality. It could be something else. Imagine the details. What was it about you that was admirable, that was good, that was just made life better? And that could be moral, but it doesn't have to be either. There's a certain joy, a certain thing you brought into life, a certain thing inside you that you carried. When you're ready, write down the things they're saying. So if you need to sit with the exercise a bit longer, you can hit pause and imagine what your great-grandchildren are being told about you. And when you're ready, write the stuff down.